Hey guys, so this is going to be the disappointing things of 2017 now. I don't want to talk about events or anything like that. That's just going to get depressing. Like, you can name everything that has been disappointing in the news this year. And also how disappointing my life is. But that's like every year. So this is literally just going to be beauty products. I can't think of anything else that I brought that has been disappointing. So we will begin. So the first thing I have here is the MUA Looks Metallic Liquid Lipsticks. Now the issues I had with these is, first off, they were more glossy than metallic. I've said this quite a few times. What I mean by more glossy than metallic is metallic has that, you know what metallic is. Like, if you look up metallic, you know what sort of sheen a metallic gives compared to a gloss. And sometimes a lot of these are more glossy than metallic. And I found these a lot more glossy. And this shade here is so goddamn patchy. Like, this is so patchy to apply, really sheer. You have to, like, coat your lips just to get it shiny, and then you don't. And they're really bad at lasting on your lips. Just no. The next thing is the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. Now, don't get me wrong, the eyeshadows are pretty in this. The issue I have with it is I get kickback and I get fallout. Now, I only get fallout with the glitter eyeshadows, but I get kickback with all the eyeshadows. But for a high-end palette, I just expected more. And I find that, because I have the I Heart Makeup dupe of this exact palette, and I find that I reach for that one more than I do for this one. So yeah, this is pretty much a disappointment. Don't get me wrong, as I said, the eyeshadows are really nice, they're really pretty, but when it comes to high end and stuff, I tend to be quite picky, because obviously I'm used to buying drugstore makeup anyway, and technically anyway, I'm not really got that much money to throw away to always be buying high-end makeup. So yeah, for me that is a disappointment. Next thing is the Makeup Revolution Fortune Favours the Brave. Now, when I got this is by the collab with the beauty blogger, British beauty blogger, I think it is. Now, at first, when I got this, I was a little bit disappointed, because the eyeshadows, which have like that one here, that have the colour whirling through, I thought you'd sort of get that on your lids. You don't. So you don't get a black with a hint of red, you literally just get the black. There's that, and then second of all, I just don't reach for it that often, and I found the formulas a lot different to what Makeup Revolution eyeshadow usually is. So I just don't really reach for it at all. So this is kind of a disappointment, because I don't even use it that often. So is that, and the formula's not the same. Next thing I have is the MAC Roller Lash. Was it Roller Lash? No, it's Roller Wheel, idiot. That's the mascara called Roller Lash, isn't it? And that by Too Faced. Anyway, or is that Benefit? Anyway, I'm going off topic. This is the MAC Roller Wheel. Is basically an eyeliner. You all know what it looks like. It's basically a wheel, and you apply it. Now, the issue I have with this is it works fine. If you just want to line your top lashes, it works perfect like that. When you try and add a wing to it, good luck with that, because that is a nightmare, and applying it under your eyes is a nightmare as well in itself. Like, I get why they try to do it, because it does make life a lot easier lining my top lashes with this, but with a wing it just takes me 10 times longer, as if I was to do it with an eyeliner pencil or an eyeliner pen, and under the eyes it's just virtually impossible. I can't deal with it. So for me, I find it's just not practical enough, and especially for the price. So that's why I find that disappointing. Next thing I have is the Dior Skin Forever Foundation. Now, the issue I have with this is it's just not worth the price. Like, I have drugstore foundations I'm more inclined, like for example the Rimmel London 25 hour foundation. I'm more inclined to use that than this. or if you want to talk about another high-end, the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation, I'm more likely to reach for that than this. I mean, it's alright, it gives alright coverage, but for me, I was expecting a little bit more because it is quite pricey. So, yeah. Next thing I have is the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Primer. Now, this is supposed to be, like, it's advertised sort of like as it's like a moisturiser sort of primer. I was hoping this would be alright to apply because I have combo skin, but when it comes to matte foundations, they can look a little bit clingy on me, so I thought maybe if I used like a more moisturising primer it would help. It didn't really help, and it didn't feel that moisturising anyway when applying it, and the smell, it smells kind of alcoholic. It's meant to smell like coconut, but to me it don't smell like coconut. It smells kind of like on the alcohol sort of side, which is weird, but yeah, for me, disappointment. And again, it wasn't cheap either, so yeah. Next thing is the Unicorn's Heart by I Heart Makeup. It is a unicorn heart, or rainbow highlighter, should I say. The issue I have with this, there's two issues. The first off is you only get one colour, one or two colours. Even if you swipe the brush across all the colours, when you apply it to your cheekbones, it just doesn't, you only get like, it just mashes all together. You don't see like the different colours all combined to one. It just turns into one or two, and that is usually green. Another thing is, which is obviously it's not the company's fault, but it is a more on the frosted side, and obviously when it comes to frosted highlighters and stuff, that's what I mean by frosted. They just suit people who are more pale skin tone, more white people than it does people of colour, just because it just looks a lot better on them than it does on people with colour. So that's another thing, but it's more disappointing the fact that I don't get all the colours. You don't see all the colours like glimmering in the actual, you know, when you apply onto the cheekbones, you only get like one or two, which is annoying. Next product is the Sleekest Illuminator in Cuba. I got this for the colour. Really, this is a disappointment. The colour doesn't show, it's just glitter, and I can't be doing with this. Like, if you want something like this, I'd definitely recommend the L'Oreal Paris one if you can still get it. I've got the bronzed one, and I think they do like something like this on the verge of this. Not this colour, but it's like a paler pink colour. I definitely recommend that. But this, you try using it as a highlighter, it just doesn't work. Try mixing it with a foundation, you don't even see it. So it's pointless, guys. It's just pointless. I just don't recommend it. Next thing is this one by Barry M. It is the In the Glow Tatina body oil. I had a lot of issues with this, and it put me off buying any more Barry M products because they basically lied to a customer blatantly. So I got this because I wanted the glitter and I wanted the bronze look, because as you tell, you look at it, you think you'll get bronze, you know, it will give you like a bronzy colour. It doesn't, it's just full on glitter, and I was so pissed off. Like, if I wanted full on glitter, I would get a Lush bath bomb that has glitter on it and I'll bath in it, you know what I mean? Like, or get a lotion that had glitter in it. Like, I wouldn't have got this. And what annoyed me the most was on their page, on their Instagram page, someone they messaged them on a comment saying, is this glittery? And Barry M were like, no, it offers a shimmer, but it's not like glittery. What bullshit. First off, you get chunks of glitter. It's not even shimmer, it's chunks of glitter, guys. It's chunks of glitter. So I messaged her saying the total bullshit. So she direct messaged me saying thanks for that. Like, I don't really do like glitter, you know what I mean? And I was like, why would you lie to your customers? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Brian? Like, you mean effing serious? All you had to say is, you know what I mean? It's just, I know they're trying to sell the product, but that was blatantly lying, and it pissed me off, and they thought they could get away with it. which annoyed me so much. So after that, I haven't actually brought anything. I didn't used to buy much from Barry M anyway, apart from the nail polishes. But because I work in McDonald's, can't wear nail. I can't wear nail polish. We've got like just loads of nail polishes that aren't even using. But after that, it's just completely put me off Barry M. I know a lot of companies probably do it, and if I do see him, I will catch him out for it. But it's just fucking blatant liars. And then the last thing, the most expensive thing on here, the most expensive makeup item I brought this year as well. It is the Marc Jacobs 240 About Last Night. Dear God, this was the biggest disappointment of my freaking life. I can open this piece of junk, right? This retails for around £100, and this is what you get. The issue I had with this palette is it's just awful. I'd rather use the Too Faced chocolate palette. I'd rather use the Makeup Revolution Beauty Blogger palette, Fortune, whatever, that I've just shown you, than using this heap of junk. The issues I have with this, most of the colours you see there, you apply it to the lids, it's a different colour. You get so much fallout. You get more fallout than you do with the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. It's just a nightmare. And it pisses me off because I spent so much money on it. Like, why? It just, like, I watched one video. This is my bad. I watched one video of someone doing a review and I just bought it. I didn't do some proper research, but even if I did, a lot of people like this palette. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I can't deal with it. I hate it so much. So, yeah, I do definitely not recommend it. It's so not worth the price. Like, I would pay, I'd probably pay 20 quid, but even then I'd be still pissed because some of these eyeshadows are shit. As I said, especially the matte ones, a lot of them, the colours you see here, you apply to the lid, the problem is it's not the same colour. You get so much fallout and kickback. For a high-end palette that's 100 and something, like, god damn it. Bad enough it's from Too Faced, but Marc Jacobs, you being serious? For that, you honest to God being serious? Like, it annoys me so much. But yeah, like, it's not worth. If I had to reprice this, I'd probably reprice it for like 20 quid. But even then, it's a little bit expensive, but it's reasonable. I won't be too pissed off. But for 100 and something, it is just not worth it whatsoever. They look pretty, but God, they're hard to work with. So yeah, that's it for this video. So bye, guys.